Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Caleb Likes Books. I am Caleb, and today I have what will be a very brief book pickup video for you for the month of November 2022. You may have noticed, if you've been paying attention to the channel, I did not have one of these videos for October. That's because I only got one book in October, which was Star Wars Path of Deceit, which I actually reviewed in October. So I thought it would be kind of pointless to do a book pickup video for a book that I've already reviewed. So I skipped October, but I do have 5 books that I have gotten in November. All of them are used Star Wars Legends or EU books. I got these at Bull Moose, which I believe is a place that I've mentioned before. They're a fantastic little store chain in the Northeast US. They sell used and new books, video games, movies, a bunch of entertainment stuff. And I was actually quite surprised to see some of these because anytime that I have gone to my local Bull Moose, they usually have a decent selection of canon Star Wars novels. However, when it comes to Legends, they usually have a couple of the mass market paperbacks and then a few of the Essential Legends collection, which I am not actually buying. I may buy Essential Legends at some point, but I like to have my collection be pretty uniform, so I pretty much just get the mass markets. And usually, the mass markets they do have are ones that I already own, because they are usually new copies, and they typically only have in stock some of the more popular ones, like the Thrawn trilogy or the Darth Bane trilogy or things of that nature. And occasionally they do have used ones that are ones that I'm looking for, and they actually had quite a few this time, but I only got 5. They actually had most or all of the Fate of the Jedi series, which I thought about getting, but I haven't even finished New Jedi Order yet, let alone Legacy of the Force, which I both need to read both of those series before I read Fate of the Jedi, so I figured I'd hold off on that. But I did get 5 books, which I've wanted to read most of these. So first, I'll go in timeline order. So basically, I have 2 Old Republic books, I have 2 Clone Wars books, and I have 1 kind of original trilogy era book. So first one up is Red Harvest by Joe Schreiber, I believe is how that's pronounced, hopefully. This is, I believe, kind of a prequel to the novel Death Troopers, which actually recently got the Essential Legends treatment, I believe in the last wave that came out, which I have not actually read. I've heard that you probably should read Death Troopers first. I don't actually have Death Troopers yet, unfortunately, but this is kind of more of a horror Star Wars book alongside Death Troopers. And I have read Mall Lockdown, which was also written by the same author, and I loved that. It was extremely violent, but it was a fantastic book. So I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. Next, I have Knight Errant, which is once again an Old Republic era book. Don't really know much about this one. I have been told by a couple of people that it's not that great, but I want to read every Star Wars book at some point. So might as well pick it up. It actually, something that I noticed just before I recorded this video, is that it actually includes part of the Knight Errant comic inside of it, which is kind of neat. This one is, both of these actually, I am very much looking forward to read because I actually have an idea for a new segment on this channel where I kind of go into an overview of all of the EU as I'm reading it, era by era. And these 2 books are the last ones that I need aside from the Lost Tribe of the Sith short story collection, which I will hopefully get sometime in the nearish future. So then, once I have that, I will probably read the rest of the Old Republic books that I need to read, and then I will start that segment, which will take me a very long time to do because there are a lot of Legends books that I have not yet read, but I think it would be a lot of fun to do. Next up, I have 2 Clone Wars era books, which both actually say a Clone Wars novel on them. So, yeah. First one up is Yoda Dark Rendezvous, which I know absolutely nothing about aside from that it includes Yoda in it. So, should be interesting. This actually just got announced as a new Essential Legends book as of the time I'm recording this. I'm recording this like a week or 2 ahead of time. But it just got announced that this was actually getting Essential Legends treatment, which is kind of neat. I don't really care for the cover on that one. I actually don't really care for any of the covers on this next wave, to be quite honest. But Should be an interesting read. Don't really know anything about it, but figured I'd grab it. Next one is yet another book that has already gotten the Essential Legends treatment, and it was one of the first ones to do that, and that is Shatterpoint. I have heard a lot of good things about this book, and again, don't know that much about it, but I have heard it's really good, so I'm very much looking forward to reading this one as well. And finally, the fifth book that I got is the second book in the Han Solo trilogy by A.C. Crispin, which is The Hutt Gambit. If you have seen my, I believe it was my September pickup video, where I had a huge haul of old EU books. I got the first book in this trilogy back in September, so now I just need book number 3. I've heard, again, great things about this trilogy, so I'm very much looking forward to reading it. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I got for this video. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books, and what you think of my little idea that I just mentioned about that new segment on the channel. I don't know when I'll be starting that, but hopefully I will be able to do that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And that's pretty much all I got for you for this video, so thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.